Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel. My name is Paulo and I'm here again for another unboxing video. I'm opening boxes that I have here for some time now, but I didn't open them before. So let's see what I have inside. I have here my old trusty Victorinox Alox Farmer knife, and let's just cut this envelope that I got from China. I bought it from eBay, and it will be another pen that will fit a part of a sub-collection of my overall pen collection. So let's just rip this and let me just, okay, let's open this, and there we have it. Nothing inside the envelope. And so here we have a very nice packaging, I would say. And you can see it is a Majohn pen, and it says design made in China, writing instruments, and some more information. And it tells us this is the P136. So let's open it. This will be quite short video, I think. Here you have the manual that tells us how to fill the different Majohn pens that are available, because there is eyedropper and cartridge and piston filler. And so here we have the Majohn P136, and of course this pen is very similar with the Montblanc 146, as you may know. I think it's very similar. I only held one of those Montblanc. It is one that my father has. It was a gift to him. You can see this is a kind of a dark green, and I like this color. We uncap it. It has a nib that I would say it's quite narrow, strange. I was not expecting this kind of nib, I don't know why. There you can see Moonman, and it is a F nib. And you have, oops, there, ink window, so this is a piston filler. Let's see the piston traveling across the ink window. Okay, this pen will be inked and it will be reviewed. I think it's a nice size, although I prefer a bigger pen. If we were talking about the Montblanc, I would prefer the Montblanc 149 to the 146, but this has a very nice size, it has a very nice look, so it is an interesting pen. Of course, people will say it is a copy of design of a Montblanc pen, but at this point I don't really care about that, because pens are what they are. Let me just zoom out a little bit, because I want to put several pens here for comparison. So I bought this pen from eBay. It's not it's not the cheapest pen around. It cost me around 40 euros, and I hope it is worth it. And I want to just to compare, because this is kind of a new obsession to me, pens with this kind of design. I have here also my recent first, before showing that, I just want to show you some other Majohn pens that I have. Here is the Majohn Q1 or Moonman Q1, it depends on when you bought it. And this is one that I converted from an eyedropper pen into a cartridge converter one. And I also have here another green Majohn pen, which is the A1, which is, of course, clearly a copy of the Pilot capless. And yes, maybe someday I will talk a little bit about this a little bit more. I've addressed this issue, this topic once at the Friday Night Pen Thoughts, but maybe I'll talk about it again. I have several Pilot capless pens, so I also have these, which is a copy, and it's not because I have a copy of the original that I don't have the original. And that's valid also for some other pen comparisons. For example, I have where is it? Jinhao X159, which is a kind of copy or very inspired in the Montblanc 149, and I also have those. So let's go back here and let's take a look. This is the, I'm kind of obsessed with this kind of shape. I have here the Hongdian N6 that I also bought recently, and now some other pens that I need to try to see what they are just by their looks, and it's not easy. Let me just check. Yes, this is the Winsung 629, also a piston filler. So okay, all these three are piston fillers. I have here the Sailor 1911 large, which is not a piston filler, it is a cartridge converter pen. Then I have the Platinum President, which is an interesting pen, also the same kind of pen and same kind of shape. And the Pilot Costume 743. And let me just compare the nib on this Moonman with a couple other nibs that I may have here. For example, we have those. Let me show. The Pilot nib is bigger, I would say, but let me just put them all side by side so you can take a look. So the first is the Majohn, which is, again, it is kind of a long nib, but it seems a little bit narrow. Then we have the Hongdian N6. This is the Winsung 629. The other one is the Sailor 1911 large, and this one is the Platinum President. But you can see same kind of size, some kind of design. There are very subtle differences, like the Winsung has a metal ring there and not there. Some have in both places, like the President. The Sailor doesn't have next to the nib. The Moonman or the Majohn doesn't have anywhere except for the piston next to the piston turning knob. This one has a red one and a black nib. So we have several variations of similar pens. Let me try to find if these are the right caps, because these pens look so much alike. It is so easy to mess this up. Okay, this is the Winsung. I would say that the Winsung is the most similar with this one. Let me put them together. You can see the same kind of clip. They have almost the same structure. They are very, very, very similar pens. So, again, just for an overall, this is the Majohn P136 in green, the Winsung 629, the Hongdian N6 in black, the Sailor 1911 large, also in black, the, what is this? The Platinum President, the Pilot Costume 743, and now I have some other pens with slightly different sizes or shapes, like these. I will put it here, this Kaigelu 356. I also have more pilot pens. The pilot costume 67, pilot costume 74. Let me just show you. The nibs on this one are shorter, are more like a number 5 nib than a number 6. Then I have also another one that's kind of different, the Leonardo Officina Italiana Furore in Passion Red. And then I have the big ones, and the big ones, I can say we have kind of two styles. One is like this, the Senator President with number 6 nib, also a piston filler. This is getting to be really a sub collection. I have also another piston filler, the Leonardo Officina Italiana Furore Grande Blu Positano, and this is a different size than that one, and that one is a cartridge converter. This is a piston filler, also with a number 6 nib. And then I have pens with bigger nibs. We have the Flaro Titan with number 8 nib. Oops. The the Jinhao X159 with number 8 nib. The wonderful, if I would have to choose one, I think this would be my favorite, the wonderful Sailor King of Pen, also with number 8 nib. And finally the Montblanc Meisterstück 149 with a beautiful number 9 nib. So we have these differences. Some are cartridge converter pens, some are piston fillers. Of course there are other pens I don't have right here right now, like the I don't remember exactly the name, but I think it's the Wing Sung 699, I think, which is a vacuum filler. I don't have it here, but it has kind of the same shape. And there is also the Pen BBS 356. I'm not completely sure of the number, but there are some other pens that would fit this kind of collection. I find this interesting, and I find quite interesting to see pens with the same kind of color. I chose this as a green because I like these very dark, almost black greens, but I find it fun just to have all these black and gold pens, which is not my favorite finish, but it's interesting to see this kind of lineup and how similar they are. And also another interesting thing is how sometimes our perception changes, and you can see often in forums and videos people talking about certain brands to be a copy of some other brand, and sometimes you don't hear that about other brands being a copy of those other brands, which is kind of fun. I think that's interesting, and it shows us that we are somehow biased through or towards some of these ideas. So this is all I had to show you, my new Majohn P136. I will ink it and we'll talk about it someday soon. So see you next video. Bye.